O.J. Simpson, star athlete, model husband, he was living the good life. Until, oops, his wife was murdered. Of course, it couldn't possibly have been O.J., though. At least, that's what his attorneys argued. Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman were found fatally stabbed on June 12, 1994, while their two children lay sound asleep. Now, you might think, of course, they blame the angry ex. They always pin it on the disgruntled ex. However, when the only DNA found at the crime scene belongs to the deceased and O.J., it's hard to deny the facts. Let's also remember that the murder weapon just happened to belong to O.J. But the number one thing that people remember about the trial is one of O.J.'s prime attorneys, Johnnie Cochran, saying, "If the glove does not fit, you must acquit." The glove being the one that the murderer wore. So while witnesses and evidence add up to the guilt of O.J., he somehow got off scot-free. While the evidence piled up, a warrant was issued on O.J., and his attorney, Robert Shapiro, agreed upon a date to obtain O.J. But O.J. had other ideas. On the day of his agreed arrest, he never showed. When police arrived at his Brentwood home, a letter reminiscent of a suicide letter was all that was to be found. So the search for the increasingly guilty O.J. started. Police began chasing Cowling, a friend of O.J.'s, and eventually found $8,700, a loaded gun, a fake beard, a mustache, and a passport. All of these items just increased O.J.'s guilt. O.J. was eventually obtained in his own driveway, but as the prosecution began, mistakes were made. First, the prosecutors decided to file downtown, giving them a jury that was not death qualified, or likely not to convict due to disagreement with the death penalty. Soon enough, O.J. was able to convince the jurors of his innocence through the tactics of his attorney dream team that made him out as a saint incapable of murder. This case blatantly pushed the issue of race and justice before the American people. The televised trials forced the public to confront the faults of the criminal justice system. While the trial changed lives for wrongly accused African Americans, it almost caused a setback in the judicial system. Due to the overwhelming evidence against O.J., many people saw his verdict as a mistake and called for a change in the judicial system. Thankfully, we did not backtrack our hundreds of years of old system that began acceptance of people of color and women. The major significance of this trial was that people could fight back against the unfair nature of the court and reveal its flaws. But in the end, O.J. is in jail, but not for this murder. So, do you think he did it?